Nuggets going down today. The Chicago Bulls face the team that is the number one team in the Western Conference in a matchup that, on paper, it's going to prove difficult for the Chicago Bulls, even though they've had one of the better defenses in the NBA since the start of the new year. We'll see how they play in this game, how effectively and efficient do they play on the offensive side of the ball. Those are going to be all things that we're looking for in this game. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. We're going to have some fun. You know how we do in the pregame show. Let's get into it right after this, though.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans, we in the building. Wine in hand, because I know it's going to be a long-ass night. That's what it's about to be, man. It's about to be a long-ass night. We're going to see how the Chicago Bulls perform tonight. I don't know how hopeful you guys are for the game. I don't have very high hopes right now, but I will say this. I do, at least in my opinion, I think this is the type of game where the Bulls show up. Now, I'm not saying that it means it's going to be in a win, but this is the type of the game that the Bulls usually get up for. Now, they're 0-5 against the top four teams in the Western Conference, so there's not much reason to believe that that's going to change in this game, but we'll see how this team fares today. I'm expecting a loss, of course, hoping for a win, but it kind of is what it is, man. It kind of is what it is. We'll see what this team's going to be. We'll see how this team performs. And I want to see if Zach LaVine keeps up his efficient offensive play to end the season. How do the Bulls counteract the length and the size of the Denver Nuggets? Does Patrick Williams get back in that starting lineup? This is another tall, long lineup, so does that mean Patrick Williams plays? Or does Billy Donovan hold on with Alex Caruso in that starting lineup? These are all questions that we're going to be looking for early in this game for the Chicago Bulls, and we'll see how they fare in it, man. Let's go ahead and get to your guys' comments. Let's see how you guys feel about it. El Trapo in the building says, "Cheers, brother. I picked up a second shift job, and now I can't watch the game, only hear it." Well, man, listen, you got to do what you got to do, bro. You got to do what you got to do. But, we'll be right here. You can tune in still. You can listen to the pregame, the halftime hangout, and postgame shows. A dog's whining. But I appreciate you guys. Shay in the building says, "What up, my dude?" What's going on, Shay? Glad to have you in the building, brother. Shay, let me go back to this. Shay, you've been getting considerably better with the voicemails. I got to tell you that. And, I always appreciate you leaving voicemails, but I could just tell, your evaluation of the team, your ability to kind of articulate what you feel has gotten much better, and you've been on point with the voicemail, so I thank you on that, Shay. What's up, Haize Hair? Haize Hair and the gang. Just my hair you're saying what's up to? Is it the beard hair? Which hair are you saying hi to? The ball hair? If you're saying hi to the ball hair, we got some other things we need to talk about there, brother. There's some concerns if that's the case. But other than that, man, I appreciate you, bro, for showing up. Jello in the building. So mad I know we lost to Denver. Pat Bev effect no more. Listen, the Pat Bev effect was never really an effect. Well, it was to a degree. That's why you've seen Zach LaVine play more efficiently. Vaughn, rest of the season, I'm specifically looking at how much heart Vucevic plays with just because of all the comments he made. I don't want to hear from our starting center for the Bulls. Here's what I'll say. I have no problems with the comments Vooch made. I feel like Vooch is being honest with the state of the team. That's just how I feel. And this team is in disarray, and somebody needs to say something. Vooch has always been one of the more honest Bulls players. So, and the fact of the matter is he's been the most consistent player all season. So to me, he has the right to say the things that he's saying because he's seen it. He's seen it for 2 years now, and he needs to voice that. I have no problem with what Vooch has been saying. MC Season, what's good, bro? How you feeling on this fine night? I'm feeling good, bro. It's funny you call me bro because my younger siblings actually do call me bro. That's my name, so it's funny that you said that. But what do you think the Bulls need to do apart from Billy using his brain in order to win? Defense, rebounding the ball, shoot efficiently, and more defense. Throw a couple of elbows. Nikola Vucevic usually plays Nikola Jokic pretty well, though. That's historically, I don't have it up in front of me. I'll see if I can find it. But he usually plays Nikola Jokic pretty well. So, hopefully that continues, and we'll see that continue in this game for the Chicago Bulls and Nikola Vucevic because we need it. And we need Vooch to have a big night tonight. So We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to look it up. Do. So against Nikola Vucevic, Jokic averages 15.5 points per game, 9.9 rebounds, and 9.4 assists. So still almost a triple-double, but that points per game is a lot lower than his career average. So, that's Nikola Jokic against Nikola Vucevic. So, hey, listen. And then Nikola Vucevic averages 17.4, 8.3 rebounds, and 2.2 assists against Nikola Jokic. So let's see. Let's see how the big man battle today. Let's just say by some miracle we land a top 4 pick and it's the number 1 pick. I can see this organization not taking Wembanyama and taking a projected 10th pick. No, come on, bro. Like, this is still AK. AK drafts really well, and he finds talent in the draft. If the Bulls get the number 1 overall pick, I completely, especially considering that if you look at how Acme, AK likes to build his teams out, they're going with Victor Wembanyama. Now, I don't know if he starts right away. I honestly think if they draft Victor Wembanyama, they'd be more incentivized to re-sign Nikola Vucevic to at least a 2-year deal to let Wembanyama come along slowly. But I don't see them getting the number 1 overall pick and not drafting Wembanyama. What's up, Haize? How you doing? Emmanuel, I'm doing fine, brother. Bulls Daily in the building. What's up, brother? What's going on, Bulls Daily? Still need to get you on the show. You have to love Patrick Beverley effect because even in games that we lost, we still have showed a lot of fight. Yeah, the team has shown much more heart since the All-Star break. I completely agree with that. As my dog is in the background, the second dog is appearing in the background. I'm at the point, and I've been for a while, that the Bulls don't have the fight in them to make the play in. I'm so out on them. Well, the Bulls have been fighting. Let's be clear. Even in the losses, the Bulls have been playing with more heart. It still comes to skill, and it still comes to the Bulls offense not being a modern offense. The Bulls, like I said on Locked On Bulls, I've said it here, the Bulls have been losing to simple math. Really, just when you look at go and look at the number of shot attempts that the teams have been getting, then the number of 3-point shots they've been making versus the Bulls. When you're not a 3-point shooting team, and with the way that teams can shoot the 3-pointer nowadays is going to hurt you, then when you also give up a lot of second chance opportunities via giving the other team offensive rebounds, that's a 1-2 punch that's hard to overcome when you're not a 3-point shooting team. I ain't even hyped anymore when the Bulls win. It's whatevs at this point. Oh, bro, I completely agree. For me to be super hype over a Chicago Bulls win, it would have to be like a nail-biter overtime win that's their 5th win in a row, right? It'd have to be something like that at this point, right? Because at this point, it's like nothing's going to change. Well, I'm going to just write this off as a loss right now onto the next game. Well, I feel you on that one, Markel. The road to a 14-3 finish starts tonight. Hey, you got some hope there, brother. You got some 14-3 finish over our last 17? That's tough. Pat Will should start. He'd lock up Aaron Gordon. Yeah, and they may need Patrick Williams on Michael Porter Jr. too if he ends up playing tonight, especially if he goes off offensively, because I can't see DeMar DeRozan doing anything with MPJ. Now, again, MPJ ain't going to guard a lick either himself, but, if Billy does not play Pat, I might as well watch. I can't stand starting Caruso. Just makes no sense to me. Well, granted, keep in mind, we had some success with it early on, but yeah, I mean, it's just too much of a left ball, right? It's just weird. It's weird. I'm taking a nap during the game before work from Alana. What's going on, Alana? Glad to have you in the building. That hoodie is fire. I appreciate that. This is one of my favorite hoodies. You ever get one of those texts where you just like, interesting. Nonetheless, but yeah, thank you, bro. It's one of my favorite hoodies. What's good, Haize? Hope everything good with you, brother. Vaughn, I'm excellent, bro. I'm excellent. Hoping Haize roast y'all show segment in the future. Hoping for a Haize roast y'all segment in the future. Well, again, if I'm cleaning up the channel, so if the roast come, it'll be via the roast channel, and we're gonna set up a roast battle. We're gonna do that this summer. Best believe we're gonna do that this summer. Say what you want about Nikola Vucevic, but I feel like if anybody that should be complaining besides Zach LaVine, it should be him, because he's have to go through a lot in the past 3 years. Yeah, and he sacrificed the most in this game. Definitely. I feel that, but I just can't get with it. I feel like it's writing on the wall. Vooch wants to leave. The more and more I watch him on the court and talk about the team. Well, hey, listen, and we can't blame him for that. Let's be clear. If Nikola Vucevic does walk in the offseason, let's look at the reasons, right? Had to give up so much of his game so that this team can try to work. Billy Donovan does not call plays for him down the stretches of games, even when Vooch is cooking, right? Chicago Bulls fan base has made him the scapegoat when he this season has been the most consistent Bull. So just the calamity around it. This is a dysfunctional ass organization. So I can't blame Nikola Vucevic if he wants to leave this offseason. Me personally, it would suck. I want to see Vooch stay, but if he does leave, I don't hold. And I know Bulls fans are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, get him out of here. He didn't move. He doesn't jump. He doesn't play defense." That's all they're going to say, but then they're going to miss the fact of you can't play. There's not that many players in the league that can replace what Nikola Vucevic does for this team. There's just not. You can give me and list off all the defensive centers that will block shots and defend better in the world, but I guarantee you the Bulls offense takes a major, major hit. And I don't think Bulls fans are really going to appreciate Nikola Vucevic until he's gone. And it sucks, but especially for the casuals who don't actually know what goes in and out in basketball games and offense and scheme, they won't ever appreciate Nikola Vucevic. And if he does leave, I can't blame him. I can't blame him. So, it is what it is there. It would suck to lose Vooch, and I would absolutely love to see Nikola Vucevic stay on this team for the long haul because I love Vooch, but at some point, you put yourself in that situation, and the Bulls and what they've done and how Billy Donovan has treated him has earned where they are with him. It's just simple. That's it. That's it. I don't hold any ill will against Nikola Vucevic if he leaves the Chicago Bulls. Eads Instrument says second and third chance rebounds have absolutely killed the Bulls. Haize, your thoughts on Casey Johnson saying the notion that Billy doesn't make in-game adjustments is BS? Well, here's the thing. If he is making in-game adjustments, the shit ain't working. Here's what I believe in. I believe in results. I believe in what I see. And if he's making adjustments, they the wrong goddamn adjustments. That's all I can say on that. If Billy Donovan is making adjustments and he's drawing up something different, then the shit ain't working, period. So you can give all the phantom adjustments you want. I believe what I see on the court. And when the Bulls get beat by simple pick and rolls, right, and we don't adjust, when we don't change our defense on the hot hand, that's all things that's visible. These are all things we can go back and look over those games. So whatever, I don't know if he's by adjustments, the thing that he's adjusting is the pack of gum he's chewing, or maybe it's the brand of gum that's the adjustment he's making. I don't fucking know. But I tell you what, I know what I see on the court, and I tell you, I don't see adjustments that are having an impact on the game, on the outcome of the game. That's what I can tell you. What up, Haize? Let's hope we don't get too embarrassed. Listen, man, it's about to be ugly, bro. I tell you what, it's about to be ugly. Don't even want us to win no more. Just hoping for that pick. It's not coming, man. Off topic, how do you feel about the Melly Mel said about how Kendrick and Eminem aren't influential in the hip hop? Melly Mel just looking for headlines. He needs to shut the fuck up. But tune into the Breaks Radio. We'll be talking about that on this week's episode. What's going on, Steve-O? Glad to have you in the building. Steve-O about to get his first YouTube check, by the way, on the 21st. Y'all give some love to Steve-O. He about to get his first cut of this YouTube money because he's been putting in work for the last month. Shout out to Steve-O. Steve-O about to get that check. Gotta love Steve-O, man. Hey, Haize, I'm getting ready for the March Madness brackets. Hey, it's better than getting ready for the Bulls, man. Watt Slice says, I sincerely doubt this, but I'd like to see Dalen Terry get meaningful minutes tonight. Hey, you and the rest of Bulls Nation for the most part. And we all know it's not going to happen. Sup, Haize? What's going on, little Bulls fan? Glad to have you in the building. Haize, do you think if Denver, if they underperform in the playoffs, do you think they would trade the sharpshooter MPJ for DeMar? They're not giving rid of MPJ. And I'll tell you what, here's honestly what I say. I wanted the Bulls to draft Michael Porter Jr. in that draft. And he wanted to come here. If you go back and look at the things he was saying and stuff, he wanted to be a Chicago Bull. I would have loved it for the Bulls to draft Michael Porter Jr., but the injury concerns, the no defense, right? Yes, he's a more versatile offensive player than DeMar DeRozan, but I mean, we'd still have to make some wholesale changes to be a better defensive team, but I don't think that they move off MPJ personally. That's just my personal opinion. I miss the days you used to be able to come into the post game hype and taking victory shots. Bulls got everyone depressed. Yeah, we ain't taking no victory shots anytime soon. Who do y'all want to win the chip this season? I just want to see competitive playoffs. My biggest thing is if it's not my team in the finals, I just want it to be competitive. Personally, I would love to see before the drama. I would have loved to see the Memphis Grizzlies get into the into the finals. But I'll say this, considering all the doubt around the Golden State Warriors, I wouldn't mind seeing them get in again, but I want to see them get beat by the Boston Celtics. Jason Tatum, also from St. Louis. For those who don't know, I lived in St. Louis for a long time. I would love to see the Boston Celtics win the title. I don't typically like Boston teams, but I just looking at everything they had to go through and stuff this season, if they end up winning a title this season, it would be fun. But I kind of don't want to see a rematch either. So I really don't know. Phoenix Suns, Boston would be a fun matchup too. So we'll see. Big Larg says, in typical Bulls fashion, we will win this game. Just watch. It wouldn't even surprise me, bro. Haize, I'm at the point of psychosis because of this team, to the point I brought back out my 2013 D Rose posters and put my Gibson Rose and Noah jerseys back on the wall. Hey, listen, that was such a special time as a Bulls fan. And it sucks because it really was a short amount of time that team was really like in contention because of Derrick Rose's injury. But that was a fun team. Even the years after D Rose went down, when we had the Nate Robinson, DJ Augustine, and replacement point guards, it was still fun seasons to watch. So yeah, it's just such a fun. That's probably the most fun time since the Dynasty era. BKR Sport, my brother from across the pond, says, Haize for Bulls CEO. No, you don't want that. Because I can't afford to write them checks. So I'd be even cheaper than Jerry Reinsdorf. We'd have a team of 6 people. That's it. Or a bunch of vet minimum, because I can't afford to pay those checks. Do you watch Bulls Talk podcast this week with Adam? Jason insinuated something about some of the players may not want to stay for next season. No, I didn't, but that doesn't surprise me. Bulls Talk podcast is kind of hit or miss for me, and that's not a shot because they put in good work, right? That's one of the things where I can acknowledge the podcast is good, but it's just for me and my personal taste. I probably listen about 2 or 3 times a week, but it's a good show, so no shots there. But no, I have not seen that episode yet, but it doesn't surprise me. This team has been a complete calamity this season. It does not surprise me at all. Corey Barnes, thank God I have your channel to look forward to pick up the slack of this sorry-ass team. Well, listen, one thing I will tell you is this. Last offseason, it was like I had content every single day, right? Because we had a draft pick. So I filled in a whole month basically covering draft prospects in depth. If the Bulls don't have a draft pick this offseason, I really don't. You stay tuned for this channel because it's going to be a lot of me breaking down tape and games of these sorry-ass Bulls and telling you why they sorry. I'm trying to get Duncan from Slam Duncan on to work something out so we can go over some tape. He's a way better analytical mind than me with breaking things down like that. But it's this offseason. Offseason content this offseason, man, it's probably just going to be hosted by Petty Roosevelt. This may be a Petty Roosevelt offseason. I've kept him under bay during the regular season pretty much. It may be a Petty Roosevelt offseason. So Jello YT says, how you feel about Bull Central? You think he's good Bull? So, oh yeah, Bulls. Jamal is my dude, man. Like I have nothing bad to say about Jamal. You'll never hear me say anything bad about Jamal. He's the biggest Bulls focused YouTube channel for a reason. Dude puts in work. Games like this that we expect to get slapped are the ones we win by 6. Games against scrubs are the ones we get blown out by 20. Persuasive says, let that fraud walk. Then you don't know basketball because Nikola Vucevic is hardly a fraud. He's a top 10 center in this league. Period. Bull Central is a Zach hater. Well, I actually had him on over this summer, and yeah, I mean, it's not a hater. He doesn't appreciate Zach's game. I don't look at that as a hater. There's a lot of people that say that. So, you're definitely right. I can't blame it, but damn, I really blame Bulls fans and most of all Billy for putting them in terrible situations. Bulls fans and the NBA in general really need to update players' resumes. Well, you got to keep in mind, and this is the thing that I always say, for the most of NBA fans in general, right? For the most part of that, they don't watch games. They watch the playoffs. They may watch the occasional highlight marquee game that's on TNT or ABC or whatever. But most NBA fans just watch box scores, and they try to inform their opinion on a player that's just off the box scores. That's why you have some people that will never understand what Alex Caruso brings to this team, because all they do is see the box score and see, oh, he made 6 points on 2 of 8 shooting. He's terrible. So, and that's just something that comes with the territory. That comes with the territory of discussing basketball, of having a platform that discusses basketball. You just have to understand that for the most part, most of my viewers, most of people who talk about basketball in online, on Twitter, on these forums, Reddit, whatever, they don't actually watch the games. They're getting their opinion from what they see other people talk about on the national media or places like me, and they watch box scores. That's it. Haize, do you think the Bulls should still move DeMar if Vooch walks? Absolutely. I think if Vooch walks, it's even better. I think that means that you have to trade DeMar even more. You have to modernize the offense. And keep in mind, Vooch walks, you don't have a lot of cap space to sign a center. You can, right? We can have some, but I think you have to break up that $20 million contract. And Vooch and Zach DeMar and Zach just don't work together. There's not really. That means I say that there is a perfect roster in which you can get, but the Bulls ain't going to spend the money to get it. Zach and DeMar aren't going to be playoff run type basketball. It's just not going to happen. They can put up a lot of points together. They can put up some good numbers together. But as far as getting to the point where you having postseason success, it's not going to come with DeMar and Zach. It's because the offense is just not going to be a modern offense as long as you have your 3 who played 2 most of their career operate as a low post scorer and is not a threat to shoot the 3 ball. Now, if you put DeMar on a team where everybody else is a threat to shoot the 3, that changes some things. But I don't know if the Bulls are going to put that type of roster together. That's just what I think. As I said before, I'm out on the Bulls. I just watch to hopefully see development in P. Will, Io, and Terry. I don't care if they make mistakes. I want them to get time and see them get experience. Hey, there's a lot of people that say that, and I can completely understand where you're coming from with that one. Alana in the building says someone should go to a game and ask BD what gum he be chewing during the game. It got to be laced or something. No. BD is chewing that brain-altering gum. David Kaplan said in his video yesterday that Acme was the worst, the guard packs. Do they not realize how much they toxify the fan base by saying dumb shit? Here's the thing. David Kaplan is the biggest dumbass in all of covering Chicago sports. I don't respect David Kaplan. I don't like David Kaplan. I will never have David Kaplan. David Kaplan can call me right now and be like, Haize, I want to be on your show. I can guarantee you 5,000 of my subscribers will come and subscribe to your channel the day you have me on your show. I'm going to look David Kaplan in his face and say, you pig me, motherfucker? No. That's what I'm going to say. David Kaplan is just in his name. It's the biggest cap you'll find for Chicago sports. I don't even think David Kaplan actually watches Chicago sports. Like, I hate David Kaplan. I'm just going to be real with you. David Kaplan is one of the few people that cover Chicago sports that I have zero respect for. I don't give a shit about what David Kaplan says. I don't take shitty. You can take David Kaplan and Joe Cowley, wrap them up together, and shove them in Santa's ass. Because I ain't got shit nice to say about neither one of those motherfuckers. David Kaplan looks like a baby that was 6 months premature and needs to be in a fucking incubator. I do not fuck with David Kaplan at all. And you can take that to the bank. Fuck David Kaplan. That's what I got to say on that one. It truly frustrates me that this team could and should have won games that's winnable. I get it, Lonzo Ball is out and Javante is out, but it's still no excuse for the lack of heart. Oh, completely agree with you. The lack of heart that we saw from this team to start the season off was disgusting. It was disgusting. And it was one of the more disgusting displays of a Chicago-based sports team that I've ever seen. Chicago sports fans respect heart. We respect grind. We can deal with a team that doesn't have necessarily the talent to win a bunch of games, but when you don't have heart, that's a spit on the face of everyone that supports that team. So to me, it just goes without saying, like, if you don't play with heart and you're a Chicago team, then you missing the mark, bruh. And that's what the Bulls team has missed the mark for the large part of the season. Now, they've been playing with more heart lately, and I will give them that. But they've been missing the mark, Brand. They've been missing the mark. Alana says, like and subscribe, guys. So close to 11K. Yeah, we are close to 11K, which is crazy how quick we got there. Haize, what do you think Vooch will do during the offseason? Would that consist of the Bulls not re-signing him, or is the ball really in his court since he's unrestricted? I mean, yeah, it's really up to him. I do think that the Bulls are going to make an offer. I don't know if that offer is going to be enough. And I do think that if the Bulls don't pitch Vooch on making series changes to where he's prioritized more in the offense, because keep in mind, if you're going to be marginalized in the offense, you can at least be marginalized for a team that's going to win a title. Right? Me and Pat, the designer, was talking. I think it was me and Pat. Just imagine Nikola Vucevic signing a slightly less than the mid-level exception to go win a title with Golden State. Just imagine that. Just imagine that. Right? They got the power forward if they re-sign Draymond Green. That's going to be really nice as far as the defensive anchor next to him. I'm not saying that's going to be something that happens, right? I'm just spitballing here. Let's say he joins the Boston Celtics. If Vooch wants to win the title before he goes, this is his time to do it. And he could take less money to do it and look at Chicago and be like, listen, I respect the offer you guys maybe, but I'm not finna be on another 20-win team. So Vooch has been on a lot of losing teams over his career. This may be Vooch's chance to join a team, especially if a team has their mid-level exception, and get the hell out of Dodge and go win some titles. KC Wright, he runs no double stags, no floppies for Zach, straight pin downs and high pick and roll, and defense straight small ball. Jamal in the building says, me personally, I want the Warriors to go back-to-back. Golden State Warriors are my bandwagon team. That's fair. That's fair. Yo, Haize, what drop are you drinking tonight? Looks tasty. Hoping for some effort tonight. This is Sweet Red. And it's good, though. It's fire. Vincent Harris says, man, this was a F-up Des? Did you mean season? Did you stop typing there? I don't know what happened. I'm a Bulls fan first, then Boston because I live here now. El Trapo. Hey, listen, Boston, you can do a lot. You can do a lot worse than being a Boston fan right now. BKR Sports says the team of 6 people will be better than the organization we have now, brother. Hey, I feel you on that. Man, this is an effed up season. I do not like to look at Chicago Bulls record because I do not want to F up my day. Listen, I feel you, Vincent. I feel you on that one, bro. It really sucks that the Chicago Bulls don't have a better ownership and we don't operate like a big market team. We're stuck in mediocrity and hope is dwindling. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Bulls are always going to have some shape, form, or fashion of luck, right? For example, if this season goes by and the Bulls get the number 1 overall pick and we draft Victor Wembanyama, that would be the type of luck that the Chicago Bulls need to become a championship team. Because we're not a free agent destination. We haven't been one for 20 years. Marquee free agents don't really come here. So like the Bulls have to have some form of luck to really get to the point that we want to get to. You once roasted me bad after saying the Bulls couldn't trade the 18th pick last year. Now we're cool. This thing called life. I did. You know what? That's funny. I was thinking about that the other day, but I'm like, is that the same Tony? Listen, I roast everyone, and that's the thing. Honestly, even though I'm stopping it, roasting is terms of endearment for me. If you guys know how I grew up and how my family is, we roast each other to say good morning. That's just how we react. So when I roast people, it's really just me giving a little, unless you come in here being disrespectful, then that's a personal roast. But yeah, we good, Tony. You support the channel, man. You have good takes, man. The 18th overall pick conversation was, I don't even remember that one exactly how it went, but you got good takes, Tony. And you funny as shit, bro. I be seeing you, even though I don't read every one of your comments, I be seeing your comments. You funny as hell. Vaughn, AK Lucky, he don't have a Twitter because I be sending him all your Petty Roosevelt videos all off season to make him feel like an idiot. That's funny. That's hilarious, man. What are the chances we get a real power forward in the offseason so we can stop getting out rebounded? Well, again, and this is what I keep saying, Patrick Williams can absolutely be a power forward in this league. It's not just Patrick Williams' lack of being able to rebound. His rebounding rate when he's in position is good. We got to keep in mind, and this goes back, I'm not blaming it on DeMar, but this goes back to how the offseason, the offense has to operate with DeMar. Every power forward we have in this roster, as long as DeMar's on this roster and operates in the mid-range, every power forward we get is going to be pushed out to the perimeter to give DeMar more space to operate. Again, this is not to blame DeMar, call him horrible, or anything like that. This is just to identify. If we had a more true, like for example, let's just say who's a marginally good but not superstar level small forward. Let's say we had Mikal Bridges in there. at the small forward. It would allow P. Will to do more. It would allow Javon, whoever it is, to go to that rebounding more because he is a threat to shoot the three. So a lot of it isn't just about getting a real power forward. It's about getting a player at the three who is going to operate as a traditional three. We have to do so many weird things on the offensive side of the ball just to allow DeMar DeRozan the space that he needs to operate. That's just what it is. I have to ask, which players do you think will want to reevaluate being on the Bulls next season or will want to stay? I think DeMar and Io will want to stay. Listen, everybody's probably reevaluating their place on this team because they're not used to the best effect. There's not one player on this roster who is used optimally to what their skill set is, maybe except DeMar DeRozan. That's just not. Zach LaVine, we talk all day about how efficient he is with catch and shoots. Billy Donovan runs a fraction of the offense for catch and shoots for Zach LaVine. We can talk about Vooch and how much he operates and is efficient down low. We rarely run that type of system for him. So I'm sure everybody's kind of looking at like and saying, hey, man, like, what's going on here? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? But I do think people are going to want to stay here because of money and because, you know, the Bulls can pay them the most. But there's a lot of questions around this team, surrounding this team as a whole, that I hope AK and Eversley do some things to just make it feel a little bit better. So Tony says, to me, Bull Central goes overboard with his Zach takes. I'm high on Zach's future, but we'll see. Fix the handle, and he'll be next level. If Zach can fix the basketball IQ things, give better effort on deep, well, which he has on the back half of the season, and be a consistent, solid defensive player, Zach LaVine at that point is easily a top 15 player in the NBA. But he's 27 years old. I mean, your basketball IQ can technically keep improving, but kind of is who he is at this point. I'm not sure if I should watch the game or get in a bad mood if they lose. Listen, you just got to go in knowing that the Bulls are probably going to lose, man. I know that this is far-stretched, but how about we trade DeMar DeRozan to New Orleans Pelicans for Brandon Ingram? The Pelicans could definitely use some play-off experience. They're not trading Brandon Ingram. They'd be crazy to do that shit. Cap definitely has some dumb takes. I hate Cap. I honestly hate David Kaplan. Would you have Jamal back? Oh, absolutely. Jamal can come back on the channel. Did you see I'm barely on Facebook, Brandon Peck. So if you sent me a message on Facebook, I have not. King Cat, wait, you had Bull Central? Yeah, Jamal's been on. Yeah, me and Jamal have recorded before. Yeah, it's on the channel. I can't remember. It was in the off season. I don't remember which month it was in the off season, but yeah, we've had episodes together before. David Kaplan is the same guy that runs inside the Chicago Bulls. No, he's not. Now I will say that he's not that bad. He's bad, but he ain't that bad. Yo, what's going on, Daniel? Glad to have you in the building. Even if we get Victor, Billy's going to think he's Marco and leave him on the bench. Billy will, the minute we draft Victor, how tall is he? 7 foot? Hey, we got to see. No, here's the thing. If we do draft Victor, that's when AK is definitely going to get on the phone and be like, Billy, listen here. He's going to call him over. Come here real quick. Billy, listen to me. You play the big man. You play, AK talks better English than me. He's going to be like, you play the goddamn big man that we just drafted number 1 overall, Billy Donovan. Don't fuck with me on this. Billy Donovan's going to be like, but I want to run a 6'4" player at power forward. And AK is going to look at him and be like, Billy, I will poison your motherfucking gum if you play with me one more goddamn time. Keep fucking playing with me, bro. Keep fucking playing with me. That's what's going to be AK if he tries to bench Victor Wembanyama. No matter how bad the Bulls get, promise you won't stop this channel. Respect your takes, man. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm a lifelong Bulls fan. I'm not a fair weather Bulls fan. I'm not any of that. This channel is going to be around. It's never going to go anywhere until the day I die. 2 things will make this channel go away. I die or God takes my voice. Other than that, this channel ain't going nowhere. So I'm in here for the long haul, brother. I wasn't offended, but I was like, damn, why you snap on me? But I get you now and happy to be a part of this channel. Well, I'm glad to have you in the building, Tony. Bulls are one of the most profitable teams in all of sports, even when we are horrible. That's why our ownership doesn't give a crap. It's so mad being a diehard when the ownership just doesn't care. Listen, I mean, yeah, but that's and there's different types of owners in all sports. You have owners that legitimately care about not only winning, right, but about how the fans view their franchise. Jerry Reinsdorf don't care about winning. He don't care about how fans view us. He cares about the checks. Did the check clear? Did we make money? Are we still top 5 in ticket sales? All those things are true? Good. But Jerry, we won 5 games this season. I don't care. We just made $5 billion. That's a $1 billion per win. I'm happy with it. That's exactly how Jerry Reinsdorf runs the team. I have a feeling Bulls are going to go after Draymond Green. He has ties with Zach. No, it's not. The Bulls aren't going to go after. Not with the money, unless he takes way less money, but the Bulls aren't going to go after Draymond Green. Bro, I don't care what none of these casuals have to say. We got to get rid of DeMar. He messes up everything. Listen, to modernize the offense, you kind of got to get rid of DeMar. So Alana says, taking a nap. I will see you guys post game. AKA, she just hit the weed. That's what she did. That is what she did. Vaughn says, love Bull Central, but he lost me when he said Zach can't be a number 2 on the championship squad. I really think that at least he is that. Listen, I mean, people have hard takes. And one thing that I do realize with being in this, I don't feel that way. You guys know, I do say my hard takes because I legitimately feel like that. But being in this creative standpoint, it kind of highlights you, or you kind of benefit from taking hard stances, right? Like how I'm like, hey, well, to modernize the offense, you kind of have to move off DeMar, or I'll say, or you have to make some serious changes to this roster to make it fit better. Honestly, I would get more clicks if I just made the title of the video, the Bulls got to trade DeMar DeRozan right now. I will never do that because I at least try to look at things objectively. Yes, I do think and would like to see the Bulls trade DeMar, but I also do think that if the Bulls do want to hold on to DeMar, there is a way that they can make it work depending on how they build out the roster. It's more difficult, but I try to be realistic in my takes. I try not to be one of those YouTubers that takes the hard stances unless it's just legitimately how I feel, right? Like Billy Donovan doesn't make adjustments. That's a hard stance I'm going to take. I would die on that hill, right? But some YouTube, when you're in this spot of being a creator, you benefit more over taking hard stances, even if you kind of see both sides of it. And that's not to throw him any bell, but that is just something that I've realized in being in this spot. Like a video that says, hey, could the Bulls look to move off from DeMar? It's going to do a lot less. It's going to get a lot less clicks than saying the Bulls have to trade DeMar DeRozan right now. But that's just not, I can't be disingenuous, and I don't like being clickbaity, so I can't do that, right? For me, I can't do that. But a lot of YouTubers, they see the benefit of making those hard stances. Haize got AK out here sounding African. Yeah, I'm bad with accents, bro. Like, you would think that I'd be better with it. Let's see. Starting lineup should be out now. Alex Caruso is in the starting lineup, so hey, listen, it's about to be a tough night. Definitely about to be a tough night. I get so frustrated when I click a Bulls YouTube video and the inside of the Bulls comes on the mic with his insider information. He catches me with the titles for minutes at a time. Yeah, bro, he's idiot, bro. Like, I hate inside the Chicago Bulls, bro. I definitely hate him. Vaughn says, no, even when you lose your voice, you better be on some Stephen Hawking shit. I'm gonna be like Kane in the Attitude Era. That Chicago. Oh wait, I got a voice changer. Why would I just try to do that and make a voice and kill my voice when I could just do? Hold on.
The Chicago Bulls. Is this one better? Yeah, this is more Kane. The Chicago Bulls. This game sucked. Mr. Evil, please.
I have too much fun with this shit. What's this? Oh, there's a censor button. I could be like, you. That's what I'm gonna start doing so I can keep it censored. I didn't even realize there was a censor button on this thing. Oh, they done messed up now. sad state of affairs in the NBA when terrible teams don't want DeMar. That's funny. Drew says, is P. Will up for an extension this offseason? Is that next season? That is next season. That is it. That is next season. Aaron Gordon finna work. Aaron Gordon finna give Caruso that work, bro. That work. We haven't really seen Zach as a real number one option. DeMar takes up too much usage, and the team wasn't built for Zach. He gets a pass for now. No, I think this team was built for Zach, but it just wasn't built correctly. I think when AK built this team, he looked at Zach LaVine's lack of ball handling and IQ and decision making down the stretches of games, and put a team with Lonzo, DeMar, Nikola Vucevic, all players that can handle the ball, that can distribute the ball, that are solid in that, and he tried to take that situation out of Zach LaVine's hands. And what we've seen is that it's different when Zoe was there versus when it's just DeMar and Vooch, because Billy Donovan can't understand how to use Vooch to save his life. So, yeah, you know. You sound like inside the Chicago Bulls. That is hilarious. Inside the Chicago Bulls.
What up, guys? So, I was talking to the Chicago Bulls insider, and they said that, you know, we are in this offseason. You won't believe this, guys. You won't believe this. In the offseason, guess what, guys? This is major. This came from a Bulls insider. In the offseason, the Chicago Bulls are going to be looking to trade Zach LaVine for 2 beans and some za. That's what they're going to. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but that's what they're looking to do. That's what I'm hearing from my Bulls insider. And
turns out the whole time he was just on a Reddit forum. Like, that's just what it was. That's just what it was. Like, it's like, what's happening, bro? What's happening? Yo, what up, Haize? With the update on Javonte last night from KC, do you think Javonte stays because his market may not be as big as he thought, according to Vincent Goodwill from Yahoo Sports? Here, I've been saying this for a while. Vern, you watch me. You know my opinion on this. I've literally been saying that same thing for a minute. I do think that with his injury, it increases the Bulls' chance to sign him, but I still do expect Javonte to go whoever offers him the most money. That's just what I think. The censor button was specifically designed for Petty Roosevelt and Auntie Goon. Listen, Goon be cooking, bro. And you know what? I don't think Goon has ever finished a voicemail because she runs out of time. And but Goon be going off. And the funny thing with Goon is she gets more upset. It's like her thinking about the team gets her more pissed off than what she was when she first called. It's funny. It's hilarious to see. Hilarious to see. Oh, man. I don't know if it sounds crazy, but what if we traded DeMar and Caruso for Cat and signed Jeremy Grant to be our 3? I think that would fix our spacing, and Grant is better defender than DeMar. Listen, I don't think that fixes the spacing very much. And Cat is basically him and Vooch might as well just be doing the color swap. Like, but I mean, it's a possibility. Like, I do think that the Timberwolves could look at moving Cat, especially. I think they said Cat is he's approaching coming back. If the Gobert thing and the Cat thing just continues to not work, I think they could look to do that, because I don't think they're going to be able to move Gobert's contract again. But I don't know if the Bulls are going to have enough. You got to look at it and remember that for Cat, the Timberwolves can get easily 2 first-round picks back. And I don't think the Bulls are going to be looking to give up any more draft capital, considering what they've already given up recently. At one point, inside the Chicago Bulls brought up trades from 3 months earlier like they were new. Listen, because he doesn't, like, I'm telling y'all right now, and go back and watch with this in mind. Inside the Chicago Bulls does not watch Chicago Bulls games. It's evident. There was a time where he was like, it was last season, he was like, I don't understand why the Chicago, hold on.
I don't understand why the Chicago Bulls aren't playing Stanley Johnson. The Bulls really, come on, guys. Now listen to me. Guys, the Bulls should be playing Stanley Johnson because he's a great defender.
And Stanley Johnson hadn't been on the roster for 2 weeks. That's when I was done with inside the Chicago Bulls. That's when I was done with it. Tony, the Lone Rider, says, I'm willing to wait till next year's trade deadline on trading DeMar or not. I mean, that's a possibility, but I do think that AK is going to have to make the moves this offseason. That's just what I think. Now, that doesn't mean that it's true. Let me be clear. That does not mean that it's true. AK could very well be like, he can make other moves and then say, hey, I want to see how DeMar looks with this before he decides to, but we'll see. We'll see. One time Goon cussed the team out so badly, I went outside and started running suicide. Listen, could you imagine Auntie Goon as a coach? Oh, man, that's crazy. Nah, the hold on before the voice change was funny as fuck. That's funny. Haize, do you remember Top Notch? Yeah, but I will say this. I checked out some Top Notch videos at the start of the season. I don't know if we roasted him into being a better content creator, but Top Notch had some really good videos to start the season. I haven't watched it since, but Top Notch had some really good videos towards the start of the season. So there's never too late to learn, man. That's Stephen A. Smith level nonsense talking about a player not even on the team anymore. Bro, that literally had me cracking up, bro. Two first-round picks for Cat. Nah, ain't with that Cat disrespect. All man's need is defense minded 4 or 5 next to him and is generational with shooting. No, he's not, because he had that this season. He was terrible. That's not disrespect. Disrespect is saying Cat is a terrible like y'all. The way that people use the word disrespect now, like any type of critique or things is disrespect. And I said they can get not just 2 first-round picks, but at least that as the starting point. That's not disrespect. And no, Cat had a defensive 4-5 next to him every game he played this season, and he was not good. It's a reason why the Minnesota Timberwolves have been playing better basketball since Cat was out, because Cat could not play with Rudy Gobert. Now, we'll see if that changes, but he couldn't. So, no, he needs more than that. He needs more than that. I think you just have to be below the luxury tax by the time the trade deadline is over. So, we may keep DeMar till then, but I hope not. His value would be nothing at that point. Lux tax going up to 162. Yeah, they're not even going to flirt with that. They're not even going to flirt with that, man. Bro, Auntie Goon and the coaching staff for the Bulls, someone needs to put some sense into our team, especially DeMar and his ball-hogging dumbass shot taking in the 4th. That's tough. That is tough. I'm low-key not ready to part from DeMar and his 5 braids. I need them to find someone else to move. Well, you better get ready for it, because it's not winning basketball. It's not winning basketball. I would trade Tony Bradley for Cat. That's disrespect. Exactly. That's disrespect. I don't get it. This Bulls team on paper has a lot of talent. Yeah, we do on paper have a lot of talent. Auntie Goon wouldn't last 5 minutes on the bench as a coach. She'd be cussing out. Could you imagine some of the refereeing calls we've had this season? Goon would have been fighting. Goon would have stabbed a referee. We would have been talking. There would have been the first news headline. NBA assistant coach stabs ref and gets banned from the NBA for life. No more women assistant coaches. That's literally like they would have to change the rules because Auntie Goon would literally stab a ref. Like that's tough. That's tough. It was only the first 21 games, and the whole team was asked, especially Rudy, who looked like a G League. No, Rudy did not look like a G League player. Even if you go back at the start, his plus minuses, he was good. He was good. His plus minuses in box was everything. And box, woo, that's a pause. So, no, I got to disagree with you there, bro. I mean, everybody can have their take. And I'm not finna sideline the thing but talking about Cat. Again, it wasn't disrespect to Cat. But no, Cat needs more than just a defensive 4 or 5 next to him. It's not that simple. We got to stop. I love Cat, but it's more than that. Goon would be yelling. Goon would literally incite a stampede from the stands, like literally, because Bulls fans would love Goon as a coach because she'd tell it like it is. But the NBA would hate it because Goon would be like, "You dumbass ref," and next thing you know, somebody's coming down from the stands punching the referee. Imagine naming your channel Inside the Chicago Bulls and being the least reliable channel on YouTube. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Antonio Blakeney was the glue. That is funny. Bro, if the Bulls play dumb this game, I'm gonna do backflips. I'm in AK's kitchen, bro. Wait, you're doing backflip you're breaking into AK's house? Damn, silencer. I hope you got a silencer. That's deep. That's deep. All right, y'all. Is it time to wrap it up? We got 10 minutes until game time. What else y'all got for me before we wrap it up for today? Thank you for joining. It's been popping. These pregame shows have been popping. Question, Haize, not Bulls related, but the news that dropped from Ramona, does this drop the Grizzlies further down? Because she said on SportsCenter that Ja will miss between the next 4 to 6 games. Yeah, they've already dropped down the standings. It's definitely going to drop them. They were the number 2 team in the Western Conference before Ja went down. Now they did lose the last game with Ja, but they've lost 3 in a row. They're 5-5 in their last 10, and Phoenix Suns are marching. They've won 3 in a row. They're 7-3 in their last 10. So I definitely think that by the end of this, the Memphis Grizzlies could be 4th or 5th if the Dallas Mavericks actually can start figuring out a way to play enough defense to win some games. So. Bro, I'll get in my car and just start shadow boxing if DeMar hogs the ball. And well, you might as well start heading there now, bro. You might as well start heading there now. I got you, but the Wolves are my team in the West since D-Rose trade. I watched all them shitty ass years where Cat was the only bright spot, and people, not you, have been dissing Cat a lot lately. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from with that. People do come at Cat a little bit tough, and I think some of it, as far as like the honest critique of him, is genuine. But like, you know, you see it on the Bulls team. Every team has their scapegoat, and right now, Cat is the scapegoat for the Minnesota Timberwolves problems. Some of that is legitimate. Some of it is an embellishment. It just comes with the territory. When fresh, White Castle has the best fries. I got to disagree with you there, brother. Wendy's fries, when hot and fresh, are fire. And they got them garlic fries now. Listen, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. White Castle fries are marginal to me. But they cool. They cool. Do you think AK ever gives direction to Billy or questions him? Like maybe after the Pacers game, AK might have said maybe you should have tried playing Dalen while Benedict Mathurin was on the court. No, I don't think AK is one of the people like during the season that comes out and critiques their coach. I'm sure they have meetings in the offseason and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of my opinion on that one. White Castle, that is hilarious. That is actually a pretty funny joke there, Tony. Yo, Haize, what's worse, our shooting or lack of boxing out? Love, bro. About to grab some za and watch the game. Well, listen, I feel you on that one. That's tough. Those are tough, man. I'd probably say the shooting. Lack of shooting because you just can't keep up in the NBA without it. But all right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. I love you guys, man. I'll be back at halftime, so make sure you guys are tuned in for the halftime hangout. Go get some wine. I'm trying to take a break from hard liquor to give my what is it, the kidney, the liver, whatever the alcohol fucks up, trying to give it a break. I heard the red wine is better for it, so hopefully that helps me, man. I'll be back, guys, at the halftime hangout. Love you guys. See red, go Bulls, all that good shit, man. I'll see you guys at halftime. Peace, y'all.